I'm going to talk about education briefly because education is the way out of poverty. And everything we was talking today was about the uplifting of our people. The education situation of our people. I mean, they're debating things now. Certain schools have certain things, and our schools, once again, they do not get the correct education. Our kids don't learn what the system is. They don't learn who they are in the system. They don't learn how to work the system. And if you're in a system that you don't know how to work, it works you. It's that simple. Education begins at home. That's why the lessons is so important. That's how the kids learn to read. They read the lessons and they learn words. Education starts at home. Manners, respect, that starts at home. It's simple things. Hold hands when crossing the street. Look both ways. That starts at home. And when they take that to school, they have grounding and they begin to learn. Our kids go to school, and I know all of us who've had children around here, and even the kids that's in here, when they're young, when they're starting school, man, they're the happiest people in the world. You know, I mean, on Sundays, they up getting their book bags and stuff together. You gotta say it's no school on Sunday. And they're ready to go, and they wanna know why. Give them a few years, and you can't get them out of bed to go to school. They don't want to go. And none of us ever stopped and said, where the change came in. And the change comes for the teachers that we get at certain levels and grades, no longer gives the children the love and nurturing that they got as little ones. So they don't want to go to that school no more. But they don't know how to tell you what's happening. This is why it's so important that we educate our children like other people do. And they know why they're in school. They have to know. And you can't be telling them when you're in school so that when you grow up, you can get a job. You're in school so that when you grow up, you can make money. That is the wrongest thing you can tell a child. You have to tell them the purpose of you getting an education so that you can exist and live in this world. And you don't want to go to school and go to work for nobody. You want to go to school and own the school. You don't want to go work for anybody. You want to own the business. And the way to own the business is to learn the business. If you start doing that, then we would have more successful people. And more successful people mean all of the people rise. Just like the brother who was talking about how many people we got in Congress. I think I mentioned that. How many people we got in the Senate. The brother stood up and said we got 51 council members. He didn't name no brothers, but I'm more than sure you'll run into a few people and they will say, I used to be a father. But we don't stop and say, you used to be, what happened? And they're telling you the truth. We are accountable and responsible for ourselves. We can't depend on nobody else to do it. You talk to my brothers now, lately, and I'm just getting in on this. Everybody's got funding. Everybody's being funded. Everybody's got a program that's going to be funded. Y'all believe in that? Y'all with me on this? Everybody's being funded. Y'all with that? Listen to this. This next question is, who's funding you? Nobody can tell. If you're being funded and nobody can fund you, or you can't tell me who's funding you, then something isn't right with that. Something is wrong with the whole thing. This is how people control people. That's just how they do it. That's just how they do it. And that's why education is so important. Reading and writing and arithmetic and math, and this is just the basics. But you have to know the basics before you can go anywhere else. And it starts at home. You learn to communicate at home. We all walk the streets, we see our young people, some people feel they're, disrespect. If the child never learned to respect, he can't disrespect because he doesn't know what he's doing. It's up to us, each and every one of us, individually and collectively, to teach, not just in our households. I've talked to brothers who say, man, you can't teach these kids nothing. And turn around and come back and say, I can't teach mine nothing. Well, then you have to show and prove to them. Spend some quality time with them. Go home at 5, 6 o'clock and eat dinner with the family. And have those conversations. That's how you learn. You know, I learned a lot about my family on my mother's side at the dinner table. Because that's what they did. They talked about Charleston, South Carolina. I wasn't from Charleston. I was from New York. And I was listening to them, and in my own little way, I was saying, boy, y'all caught up. That's not going to happen to me. And that's the way I looked at it. But that's the mind of the child. But I was learning history. And as you sit at the dinner table, husbands and wives talk things over. And children listen and learn. Education, who they are, where they come from, who their people are, who their families are. In the 60s and 70s, when my brothers was having children who are now grown men, when I would walk into Medina, they'd be saying my uncle, because that's who I am. BG, where you get all these big nephews from? I'm their uncle. Because that's how we talk. And I have to be there for them. Because words are. With whatever I got or whatever I can tell them. Sometimes you can't tell them nothing but basic knowledge, what some people used to call common sense. We have lived to a point where we have experienced our children. So with our experience and our strength and what we would like to see, we give that to them. That's an education. They have to go to school. They have to go to work. Allah stood out there and told us, go to work and go to school. We hear about Umar and them and they went Howard Prep and all that. I didn't go to Howard Prep. I was told to go to school and go to work and I didn't do neither. I didn't do neither one. I stood out in the street. And everything the Lord told me began to happen. I just told a brother out there on the steps, why do you think when we get together, the older brothers, we be talking and we be saying all praises due to Allah? Why do you think we talk like that? Because we bear witness to what He did for us in 1964. We see Him. So we giving Him the praise. That's due Him. All praise is due to Allah. Because that's why I'm still here. Many of us walk the same way. And when I look around at y'all, Kareem and them ain't here. You heard them ain't here. So I give praises to Allah. And then I turn to my young men, and they make me laugh. And I have more laughter with mine than they reckless as anybody else, because it tickles me. And it's no sense getting mad at them because they remind me of myself. But I do like Allah do. I tell them the truth. And in telling children the truth, you're planting the seed. You're planting the seed. Because He's going to listen. Even though He's going to go do what He wants to do. If He should live long enough, when He needs what you told Him, at a time critical, it will come back. And he will know. He ain't gonna walk into the bank with a gun thinking he's whatever, knowing that when he walk out the bank, there's an army waiting for him with armored cars. And all he got is $2. And they killed him.
If Mecca did this,